My name is Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Origins of Wolverine. Great movie. It really was. And if you're a fan of the other X-Men movies, then you're gonna love this one. You ain't gonna see any problems with it. However, if you're a huge Marvel comic book fan like I am, then, well, you're gonna see a few problems. Now, I remember back when I first saw this movie. I assumed, there'd be a few flaws, but I had no idea that there'd be as many as there were. The problem I had with this movie was the characters. Some of them just weren't even close to the original comic book characters. Like, take Gambit, Remy LeBeau, guy over there throwing the cards. He didn't look like Gambit. And I could have looked past that if he had a New Orleans accent.
Are you Remy LeBeau?
Do I owe you money?
No.
Then Remy LeBeau I am.
But he didn't.
I sense someone is angry, yeah?
Now see,
Yeah.
that right there, that's Gambit. New Orleans accent and all.
Too late, my friend. It has
They
already been
could have done a
converted
better
into
job
cake.
with him in the movie.
Now, Bub, you listen to me.
However, the fighting style, I'm not gonna lie, was spot on. Well, close anyway, because that's what he did. He converted matter into his playing cards, and he threw them at you. However, it wasn't just playing cards. Hell, he could convert matter into anything. But they didn't do a good job showing that in the movie.
Get away from my car!
As you wish.
Another thing that bothered me about Gambit was his staff. It was a pimp cane. He had a friggin' pimp cane. When what he's supposed to have is a metal, retractable staff that easily fits in his pocket. Not a pimp cane. He's never had a pimp cane. Gambit's not a pimp. He's a thief. Sabretooth was another character that wasn't exactly 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was perfectly casted.
What gave me away?
Hell, he even had the attitude down and everything. I mean, he was great. But as far as the looks go, I wasn't buying it. I mean, I realized they were trying to make him look younger, but, I mean, come on. Not even close.
Yeah, well, you can keep it.
The one character that pissed me off the most was Deadpool. And simply because he was not Deadpool. No. You know who he was? It was Baraka from Mortal Kombat. I mean, since when has Deadpool ever had swords coming out of his arms? No, he has always had them on his back.
You buy that? Yeah, I would think the last thing he said was, Sabretooth!
And the whole teleportation thing, it was never a mutation. No, he had a teleporter on his belt. That's how he was able to teleport. It was never a mutation. And that whole thing about his mouth being sealed shut was bull. Because every Deadpool fan knows that he is the merc with a mouth. And this movie took that title away from him.
As in, yes, you're going to die. Bang! Just kidding. Click, click.
Now, Ryan Reynolds, he was a perfect Wade Wilson. He was Deadpool. The beginning of the movie had him down. It wasn't till the end
Sure, it's a
when
little bulky.
everything got all screwed up.
You whip out a couple of swords at your ex-girlfriend's wedding, they will never, ever forget it.
Deadpool never once had lasers coming out of his eyes. I mean it when I tell you, Deadpool was not in the end of this movie.
Great. Stuck in an elevator with 5 guys on a high-protein diet.
Oh, wait.
Dreams really do come true.
Just shut it. You're up next.
Thank you, sir. You look really nice today. It's the green. Brings out the seriousness in your eyes.
Oh my God, do you ever shut up, pal?
No, not when I'm away.
Oh, that was my favorite gun.
Look at that. Could you give me a hand? I'm kidding. All right, I'll go get it.
What I've noticed was that the Marvel fans, like myself, hated Deadpool at the end because he was nothing like the original. However, the others who aren't familiar with Deadpool thought he was like the best character in the whole movie, when really, he was the worst. I remember when I first saw this in theaters. I remember how amazed I was at how they portrayed Deadpool, or Wade Wilson. But then it got to the end. You know, everything went to hell. However, they did get one thing straight. Deadpool has Wolverine's healing factor. So, you know, chopping his head off really ain't gonna do much. They got Deadpool Origins coming out next year. Now I know he's gonna have his mouth. I just hope that, you know, they get rid of the swords coming out of his arms and the laser beams coming out of his eyes. They probably won't. But he will have his mouth. Therefore, he'll be able to keep the title, The Merc with a Mouth.
I can't believe it. I'm alive! I'm